Okay, so off camera, should have probably filmed it, but we didn't. We pulled off the whole controls, the headlights and whatnot, off the Prius power steering rack. Put off the horn buttons. We also have the airbag. We're gonna blow something up very soon with that airbag. And this is the Prius steering wheel. If anybody, this steering wheel is really nice because it's larger diameter, but we wanted a quick release. So follow me to the buggy. So you boys at Go Power Sports, this is a standard go-kart steering wheel, and it's actually a really strong and comfortable steering wheel. Believe it or not, you wouldn't think it would be because it's for go-karts. Go Power Sports also sells this quick release. So you just push the button at the top. This welds onto your steering shaft, and it also has 2 adjustments on it, which I think is pretty sweet. So that means if a shorter person gets in this buggy, they can move the steering wheel a little bit closer. So it's made for you to weld this onto your shaft. So what we've done is we've pulled the steering wheel off. We're going to slide this on, and it kind of centers itself because we drilled this hole to fit this little lip that's on there. So it'll center itself. We're going to plug weld that, fill that up with weld. Then we're going to wrap this down inside there with wet paper towel or wash rag to keep the heat from traveling down into the, because there's seals and bearings and stuff in here. So I'm only going to do small welds at a time, and every time I get done welding, I'm going to put a damp washcloth on it to cool it down. So we'll get this quick release mounted. Then we're going to mount the tack right here on the steering column with the hose clamp. That's going to be dope. And then I think I'm going to mount my other gauges down through here, so we won't really have a dash to it because I like how open it is. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. We'll just put a little flapper here with a few toggle switches and the key switch. Oh, and we got this big e-brake. Look at that. It needs mounted. Just need to weld a steel plate down below, mount it up. We have a dope e-brake. So alright, I'm gonna get my welder fired up. I'm probably gonna set on this seat so the sparks will fly into my crotch and not burn my seat. Well, we already had our kids, so that means if you have kids after said incident, I'll know. Okay. They're not mine. So now we can do the washcloth trick to keep the heat from traveling. But we do need washcloths. Do you have any I can borrow, Becca?
I'll gladly donate some if you buy me new ones.
Dope. Okay, so now this is a wet wash rag we're using to keep the heat from traveling down this shaft. And I'm going to do a little weld. Becca's going to cool it with a wet wash rag. See how good this works. Okay, pull it. Yeah, blot it good.
Burned what?
Yeah, you want to just get her
I don't want to burn my wash rag.
Remember, if you get your glove wet, that's going to transfer electricity from the welder to your fat, stubby little American fingers.
I didn't know that.
My brother let me borrow some scales that aren't his, and these are automotive scales. They'll go under each tire. They'll tell you what your percentage is, side to side, front to back. They're really expensive. I think they're like $2 grand. We have everything kind of. We need to set a battery on top of that winch because the battery's going to be located above the winch. We have an old derelict battery outside. We got the 670 sitting up there with the alternator. We had the diff just kind of hanging in there because we're about to disassemble this buggy, flip it upside down to fully weld everything. So I don't want to install the diff back where it's going to go. We just got it kind of lunged in there. So we're going to go ahead and set everything we think we'll have, any weight we think we're going to have anywheres, and then we're going to weigh this thing up. Make your guesses in the comment section below how heavy you think this is. Daniel, how heavy do you think it's going to be?
842.
I think around, I'm going to say $841.
Price is right. Dang it!
Never used these before. Left rear.
Oh.
Yeah, left, right, right front. And these are labeled. Okay. Last one. So, look, I guess this thing, hey. So let's see, that one's okay. Scale is zeroed. We just have stuff like zip tied sitting in there. I know the supercharger is going to be more on this side of the buggy, so it should even out the weight of like the pulley and stuff. We just got to watch this, Daniel, not knock it off.
Oh yeah, that'd be terrible.
I know we're going to have like oil coolers and stuff like that. I'm just hanging stuff, kind of where it's going to go. Harnesses are sitting in there. Set them in the, well, they can't sit in the middle because I'll set them in front of the seat because I'm going to have to sit in this seat in a second. Okay, batteries there. Fuse boxes are going to make that huge of a difference. A little bit right there. Alright, set her down easy. That jack's hard to set it down easy.
Mine just plop.
Yeah.
It's like an off and on switch. Okay.
Watch that cord. So far, just the front is 295 pounds. No, sorry, 382. Remember, Daniel's guess was 842. Mine was 980. Sorry, changing things. Oh, and we don't have CVs in there. We might want to set those.
Yeah.
Kind of re-enact it. Moment of truth. Hey! What do you think? You want to make it a re-guess?
Yeah, I'm sticking with it. I'm probably wrong, but I hope I am.
923. So there we go. Look at the left weight. You know what the left weight is? 49%. So we did a little bit of a contest on social media, on Instagram and Facebook. So if you don't follow us, you need to follow us. We asked for you guys to guess the weight of this buggy without me in it. And Patrick Conklin guessed the correct weight at 923 pounds. That's what the buggy weighed without my fat gravy bones inside of it. So he is going to win a shirt and a sticker pack. And we will get in touch with him on Facebook, I guess. He won it on Facebook, by the way. And I know other people might have guessed the right weight, but it was the one we saw first that guessed it. You know, we can't give everybody a free shirt. We're not freaking Rockefeller. And we had to buy $1,300 shocks. So thanks to everybody that guessed the weight in the social media contest. We will be doing more of these. We're going to do a final weight as well and do another giveaway with everything on it in running condition when it's powder coated. With my gravy bones inside of it, so look out for that. Back to the video.
You look good in there.
Thank you. I ain't bolted down yet.
There you go.
A Razor 800 weighs 1,000 pounds with nobody in it. So around the 1,000 pounds, actually. 1,022 pounds is what a newer one weighs. With 2 riders in it. You know, Americans are anywhere from 200 to 260 normally. A lot of Americans are. Especially the cheeseburger kind. You can turn those scales off. Okay, time to call the shock company and spend some of that sweet child support money. Okay, so the reason the scales, like in this picture, you can see that the scales are reading like all crazy. One side's only got 77 pounds on it. One side's got over 300. The reason that is because we don't have shocks on it. We got these solid rods. It's not able to put even weight down. And also one of our tires has a leak down. One of our rears had one and we had to go get it tubed because I did buy these tires used. I actually traded a Chinese dirt bike for them, like a Chinese pit bike. So our front right tire wouldn't hold enough PSI. It wouldn't match the rest of them. So it was low. It was making the buggy teeter because it doesn't have shocks. If it had shocks, it'd be able to squat down and evenly put the weight down. But since we got these rods, it wouldn't. That still shouldn't affect the weights that we got. We just need to tell the shock company a general weight, and we did go with FOA shocks. They're going to be here in a week, so in the meantime we got to strip down the 670. It's actually already stripped down. The video will be out soon of the build of it. It's at the machine shop right now getting bored 20 over, because we are putting billet pistons in it. And if you start putting this into perspective of, let's say, an 800 Razor. Now an 800 Razor weighs 1,000 pounds with nobody in it, dry, so that's no oil, no gas. It holds like 8 gallons of gas. Ours will hold probably around 4 to 5 gallons, our gas tank. And we did have 3 gallons of water in a diamond plate gas tank. If you look in the video, you'll see it sitting down where the tank's going to be. So we did think of even gas in the buggy. So if you think of a 800 Razor, weighs 1,000 pounds with nobody in it, mine should make anywhere in the neighborhood of 70 horsepower. So that's what we're really hoping for with this 670, and 70 foot-pounds of torque. So what we're really hoping we'll squeeze out of this thing. Well, a Razor 800 is 55 horsepower. So if you put that in perspective, what I have money-wise in this buggy, it's actually right there with a Razor 800. It's just a one-seater is the only downside. I wanted a one-seater. My wife wanted me to build a two-seater, so that's what's next on the channel. But enough rambling. Make sure to check out the links to the steering wheel and the quick release from Go Power Sports in the description below. They also got us the CVT driven pulley. The pulley that goes on the diff is linked down below. Even the FOA shocks that we're using. And we'll go in more detail about the ones we got built, like spring grates and all that, when they come in, because we'll have a full, spec sheet on them. Thank you guys for watching. Sorry this buggy's taking so long. It is literally breaking me. $1,300 for shocks is what I had to pay. That was a lot of money to pay after spending $700 on the engine, $500 on the diff and the CVs. I got probably like $400 in those, about $500 in the wheels and tires. Only got a few hundred in tubing, but the stuff adds up really quick, and this is a really expensive build. I have mouths to feed. I just can't dump all of my money in this one project, so that's why this buggy has taken us longer. It's my personal build, so the money isn't all right there. You see a lot of builds on the channel where it's a customer paying for this vehicle, so of course all the money's there to build it, so I don't have to wait on getting funds up to build, to buy more parts and stuff. So that's why stuff like this takes long. Hope you guys can understand that. We're really trying to get it knocked out and be able to test drive it. Next video you'll see us stripping it down to bare frame, flipping it upside down, welding everything, putting the CVs in it, reassembling everything, and waiting for that block to get back from getting bored, fully build it. Then we'll be able to ride it without the supercharger at first. Then we're going to put the supercharger on and start tuning it, and we're actually going to tune the engine on a dyno at Performance 670. So a lot of stuff coming out, guys. Sorry for the long ramble at the end of this video. Thank you for supporting us. Make sure to check out all the links in the video's description. Our website's down there where you can get some Fat Daddy merch, slap on your big noggin, and stickers and whatnot. We do have the new Jackwagon stickers coming out in the next few days, so look out for that. But thank you guys so much for supporting us. We love you, and God bless.